Okay, welcome back to the Stoke View. We're here with Liam. We are looking back at the Coventry game, and we're also going to preview the Cardiff game this weekend. We'll also talk about strikers or lack of them, and just what is going on at Stoke. Liam, first of all, QPR. Good performance, better performance than previous, or not?
But better performance defensively, if anything. It also gives me a positive that even though QPR are getting some wins, they're still a very poor team, much like we are. It was a bad game of football, but it was nice to see the players show some fight, so a bit of grit and determination, and throwing themselves in front of the ball, which is what we've missed. But
Yep.
we look about as penetrative as a marshmallow. So we've got no creativity whatsoever.
Is it fair, though, that the only difference between Stoke and Coventry in that game was that Coventry made zero serious defensive errors and Stoke made, well, at least three, and obviously one big one that led to the goal. But largely that was it. They weren't on top of you. They didn't dominate the game. You actually played well in some parts. Is that fair?
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, it started off again with everybody questioning what was going on because we beat QPR and then we made 6 changes again. Some enforced and some fitness wise, which is fair enough, but still, when you're in the position you are, you can't keep changing the players that we are. And I know Walter Berger and Bejon Ho were both fast as they played too many minutes, but you've got to play one or the other for me. They're people who can retain the ball better than anybody else. So to drop them both was a shocker. And then we put Nathan Lowe up front, who's 18, still learning. What does that say about everybody else? But yeah, the mistake, it's Keanu Hoover all season. He's been absolutely riddled with mistakes. I'd have sent him back in January to Wolves, in all honesty. That's how bad he's been.
Can I ask you about his best position? Because if you play him further forward, he seems to get exposed. I think we've seen that in games. But then if you put him at the back, he looks out of place. So what is his best position?
Bench. He's if you put him at wing back, he doesn't create enough going forward. If you put him at right back, he gets found out defensively. He's been playing the right of 3 centre backs the past 2 games, and he just has me on pins. He can't read the ball defensively. So he's not my cup of tea, to be honest. And it's not like lack of effort or attitude. He's a trier, so I'm not going to dig him out for that. He's either not good enough, which we've seen before he can be, or he's just got that little confidence that he's just terrified of making a mistake.
And I think the crowd played into that because my brother-in-law went to the game and he was saying, well, there were periods where he could have played the ball back to Wilmot, but actually there were times in the game before the mistake that he did that, and the crowd were getting on his back and jeering and saying, "No, we want to be more progressive." So the point when he didn't do that and perhaps should have done that, he then gives the ball away. So I blame Stoke fans for the goal.
That's the old Tony Pulis boys, that is, in the back of the stand, wanting just to fit up the pitch. Yeah, it's a little bit rough at the Stoke Stadium at the minute. When he got subbed off, he got cheered off, ironically cheered off. And the same happened with Tyrese Campbell the week before, which, like I've said before, I don't do, and I don't understand why you do it, but I kind of understand the reason why people are so frustrated now that they just don't know where to aim their anger at.
Okay, starting 11 then against Cardiff this weekend. Should it be the 11 that finished? Because he seemed to have the team set up well by the end, maybe not at the start. Would you start the 11 that finished the game?
Yeah, I think so, pretty much. That's probably our better side. I'd try Shamadou at the right of the 3 centre-backs, in all honesty. He's better defensively than Hoover is. But McNally might be back. He was injured, and he played better in a 3 against QPR than he has done all season in a 2, so maybe that's an option.
Okay.
Up front, we are so light now that we've got our secondary bomb squad that we've ever had. We had the famous bomb squad after we got promoted, where players got sent to the under-21s and on loan abroad, and now we've managed to make it happen again. I can't believe I'm saying it, but we've managed to do it again.
Okay. All right, let's get some predictions then from you. You'll be heading off to the Cardiff City Stadium on Saturday. Heck of a journey that as well. Not a nice one on on a cold February. Score predictions?
0-0.
Okay.
We can't score. He's going to sit back. He's terrified now, Schumacher. He's absolutely terrified. That's what it seems like. He just wants to try and get points on the board and go from there. And if you're doing that and getting results, I understand. If you're doing that and not getting results, what's the point? I'm more of a die on your sword kind of man. You know what I mean? If you want to play attacking football, you're not going to get the 3 points anyway. Give it a go.
Yeah, and if he's watching this, which I doubt he is, but if he is watching this, Cardiff City
should be.
Cardiff City are terrible at home. Okay, those fans are ready to turn. They're turning on their manager. All he's got to do is go from the front foot, get the early goal. That crowd will turn, and that game becomes really uncomfortable for their players, and it's a straightforward victory. So, come on, Stephen, if you're watching this, go for it. Don't sit back. Go and kill the game off early. You heard it here first.
Sounds like the Blackburn game. We were 2-0 down after 15 minutes.
All right. If you're a Stoke fan, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Liam's here every week for his sins. Appreciate it, Liam. Catch you next week.
Cheers, mate.
Nice one.
Cheers.